You are taking your calcium. You are eating healthy foods, but are the very drinks that are in your cup, from your morning coffee to your evening glass of wine, quietly washing those precious minerals away from your bones. Today we are revealing a Japanese doctor's ancient secret, the 3-bell beverage ritual, a wise and simple guide to what you should and should not drink at specific times of the day for stronger, healthier bones. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple, science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter. And to be our guide into this profound and very wise philosophy of drinking for our health, we are joined by a physician who has spent his life teaching the wisdom of living in harmony with our body's natural rhythms. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Sugary Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. As I have said before, the bones listen before the mind does, and they listen to the rhythm of your day. The morning cup tells one story to your bones. The midday cup tells another. If the rhythm of your drinks is in harmony with your bones, they will be strong. If it is in conflict with your bones, they will slowly and quietly become weak. I had a patient, a woman who was doing all the right things, or so she thought. She was eating well, and she was taking her supplements. But her daily rhythm of drinking what she drank, and when she drank, it was unknowingly sabotaging all of her good efforts.
And that is exactly what our guide is all about today. We are going to teach you how to create a healthy and a healing rhythm with the drinks that you choose every day. In our next section, part 2, we will first have a master class on how beverages can impact your bones so that you can understand the deep science. Then Dr. Hinohara is going to teach us the proper and the healing rhythm for the morning bell, the midday bell, and the evening bell. It is a true blessing to have this kind of knowledge to be able to bring a sense of mindful and healing intention to the simple everyday act of what we choose to drink. If you are ready to learn this healing rhythm for your bones and for your body, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and this is a deep dive into a topic that is so often and so tragically ignored. Okay, doctor, let's begin with our masterclass. Before we talk about the specific drinks in our daily rhythm, can you please explain for our viewers the main ways that the beverages we drink every day can either harm our bone health or help it?
Of course, it is a very simple concept. There are 3 main ways that a drink can harm your bones.
What is the first way, doctor?
The first, and perhaps the most direct way, is by leaching the precious minerals right out of your body. Certain acidic compounds like the phosphoric acid that is famously found in dark sodas can disrupt your body's delicate acid-base balance. To be able to correct this imbalance, your body will pull the alkaline mineral calcium from your bones, which is your great mineral reserve. And then your kidneys will excrete that precious calcium in the urine. This is a process that is called calciuria.
So some drinks can literally cause your body to throw away the very minerals your bones need. What is the second way that a drink can cause harm?
The second way is by blocking the absorption of the good minerals in the first place. Certain compounds like the caffeine from coffee and the oxalates that are found in some healthy green juices can interfere with your gut's ability to be able to properly absorb the calcium from your food or from your supplements. So the minerals are there, but they can never get into your body to do their important work.
And what is the third and final way?
And the third way is by fueling inflammation. As we know, many sugary drinks cause a massive insulin spike, which is a very inflammatory event. And chronic inflammation is a direct signal in the body that accelerates the process of bone breakdown. So a sugary drink is literally telling your body, to weaken your own bones.
So our drinks can leach our minerals, they can block our minerals, or they can cause the inflammation that breaks down our bones. That is a powerful foundation of knowledge for our viewers. Now, doctor, let's apply this important science to our daily rhythm. Let's ring the morning bell.
Yes, the morning is the most important bell of the day because it sets the tone for your body for the next 12 hours. And this is exactly where my patient was making her two biggest mistakes. The very first thing that she would do when she woke up in the morning was to drink a large and a very strong cup of black coffee, all on an empty stomach. And then with her very small piece of toast, she would have a large glass of a sweetened commercial orange juice.
And from a scientific perspective, this is a perfect storm of bone-damaging habits. The coffee on an empty stomach is a problem because the high dose of caffeine can interfere with the absorption of any calcium that she might have later on in the day. And the large glass of sugary juice is causing that big and very inflammatory insulin spike that you just talked about, which is a direct signal for her bones to begin the process of breaking down. So, doctor, what is the wise and the healing rhythm for our morning bell? What should our viewers be drinking instead?
The morning rhythm is very simple and very gentle. The very first thing that you should drink when you wake up is a simple glass of plain room temperature water. The only purpose of this is to gently rehydrate your body after a long night of sleep. Then you should eat your protein-rich breakfast. It is only after you have eaten your meal that you should then enjoy your morning cup of coffee. And for your main morning beverage that you have with your meal, the best and wisest choice is a glass of a fortified plant milk, like a soy or an almond milk, or a simple glass of a high-quality dairy milk. This ensures that the bricks of the calcium are arriving at the construction site at the very same time as the frame of the protein from your meal.
It is a beautiful and a blessed way to start the day with gentle hydration and then a very wise and a balanced nourishment instead of with a harsh and an inflammatory shock to the system. So our morning bell ritual is all about gentle hydration first and then very intelligently pairing our coffee and our calcium-rich drinks with a solid protein rich meal to protect our bones. It is a beautiful and a very protective way to begin the day. Now, doctor, let's move to the middle of our day. How do we answer the midday bell?
Yes, the goal of the midday bell is to provide our body with continued hydration and with important mineral support, but to do this without causing a big spike in our blood sugar that can often lead to that terrible afternoon energy crash. And this is where my patient was making her next and very common big mistake. With her lunch every single day, she would have a can of a dark soda or a cola.
And from a scientific perspective, this is one of the single most damaging beverage habits of all for our long-term bone health. As we learned in our master class, it attacks our bones in two very different ways. First, of course, it is full of refined sugar, which we now know causes a great deal of inflammation throughout the entire body. But the second and more hidden problem, which is very specific to these dark-colored colas, is that they are very high in an additive called phosphoric acid. This phosphoric acid is a powerful calcium thief. It disrupts your body's very delicate calcium to phosphate ratio. And to be able to rebalance this, your body is forced to pull precious calcium out of your bones, which is your great mineral reserve. And then your kidneys will simply flush that calcium out of your system in the urine. So with every single sip of that dark soda, you are literally washing your precious bone density away.
And Dr. The Source text for our video also mentions another so-called healthy drink that can be a problem at midday, and that is the high oxalate green drinks. Yes, the person who drinks a very large smoothie that is made with raw spinach every single day can be creating a different kind of problem. As we have discussed, the high amount of oxalates that are in the raw spinach can bind to the calcium in the gut and can prevent it from ever being absorbed into the body.
So we must avoid the colas, and we must be mindful not to have too many of those high oxalate drinks every single day. So doctor, what are the wise and the healing beverage choices for our midday bell?
There are two beautiful and very simple choices. The first is a simple glass of a high-quality, calcium-rich mineral water.
And this is such an elegant and a very intelligent choice. Many of the natural mineral waters from Europe, which you can now find in most American grocery stores, are a wonderful natural source of both calcium and magnesium. And the minerals that are found in the water are often very easy for the body to be able to absorb. It is a perfect way to hydrate your body and to nourish your bones at the very same time, and it has 0 calories and 0 sugar.
And the second wonderful choice for the afternoon is a simple and a very calming cup of green or oolong tea.
And the science on this is so very interesting. The special plant compounds, the polyphenols that are found in these beautiful teas, have been shown in many studies to help support a healthy and a balanced bone remodeling process. But we must, of course, give our very important warning here about the timing of when you drink your tea.
Yes, it is very important that you always space your tea at least 2 hours away from any calcium or iron supplements that you might be taking, as the natural tannins that are in the tea can interfere with their full absorption. And for my patient, this was her next simple swap. She replaced her daily sugary soda with a beautiful bottle of mineral water with her lunch, and she would have a gentle cup of green tea in the afternoon. And she told me that she was amazed at how much more energy she had in the afternoons now that she had removed that sugary and inflammatory drink from her daily rhythm.
It is a wonderful and a blessed reminder that the simplest choices, like choosing a pure water or a simple ancient tea, are very often the wisest and the most healing choices for our health. This is such practical wisdom, Doctor. We love sharing it with our global community. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you. So our morning bell sets a healthy and a very protective foundation for the day. And our midday bell provides that sustained hydration and mineral support without the inflammatory sugar. It is a perfect rhythm for our active hours. Doctor, this now brings us to the final and the most gentle bell of the day. How do we answer the evening bell?
Yes, the purpose of the evening bell is to gently calm the body and to prepare it for its most important work, which is the night of rest and repair. The evening is a time for quiet and for gentle nourishment, not for harsh stimulation. And this was the final and most significant mistake that my patient was making in her daily rhythm. To help her to relax in the evening, she would have 2 or 3 large glasses of wine every single night. She believed that this was helping her to unwind and to de-stress, but it was actually the final piece of the puzzle that was harming her bones.
And this is such a common habit for so many people, but it is so very damaging for our long-term bone health. Let's look at the deep science of this. We have talked a lot today about the wonderful nutrient team that is needed to be able to build healthy bone. The most important workers on that entire team, the cells that are actually responsible for building the new bone, are your osteoblast cells. Excessive alcohol intake has been shown in many, many high-quality studies to be directly toxic to these precious osteoblast cells. It inhibits their activity, and it can even cause them to die. So with her nightly glasses of wine, your patient was literally sending the most important and essential members of her bone construction crew home for the night. She was stopping the entire rebuilding process before it could even begin. And on top of all of that, as we know, alcohol is also very dehydrating, and it can interfere with your body's ability to properly activate vitamin D.
So, it is a direct poison to our bone-building cells. So, doctor, what is the wise and the healing alternative for a calming and a bone-healthy evening drink?
There are two beautiful and very wise choices. The first, and this is a surprising one for many of our viewers, is a small glass of lightly diluted prune juice. And it is very important that it is taken with the evening meal, not on its own.
And the science on this is absolutely fascinating. Prunes are one of the richest natural food sources of the trace mineral boron and other special plant compounds called polyphenols. And these specific compounds have been shown in many scientific studies to be very, very supportive of a healthy and a balanced bone metabolism. By diluting the juice with a little bit of water and by having it with a meal, you are getting all of the wonderful benefits for your bones without getting a large and inflammatory sugar spike.
And what is the second choice, doctor?
And the second choice is, of course, a simple and a very comforting cup of a low-salt bone broth, or a calming herbal tea, like a beautiful chamomile tea. These wonderful drinks are warm, they are hydrating, and they provide their own gentle minerals to help support the body's natural healing and calming processes.
And let's go back now one final time to our patient. What was the final result for her after she had learned to answer all three of the bells in this wise and healthy way?
This is the most beautiful part of her entire story. By simply changing the rhythm of her daily drinks, by starting her day with pure water, by having her coffee after her breakfast, by swapping her midday soda for mineral water, and by replacing her nightly wine with a gentle and a calming herbal tea, she completely changed the message that she was sending to her body. And at her next yearly checkup, her bone scan showed for the very first time in over 5 years that her bone loss had completely stabilized. Her doctor was absolutely amazed. She did not take more calcium. She simply created a beautiful and a healing rhythm for her body to be able to work with.
That is a truly beautiful and a blessed story of the incredible power of gentle, of mindful, and of consistent daily habits. Doctor, this has been a beautiful and a very profound guide. You have taught us that the rhythm of what we drink throughout the day is just as important as what we eat. Your 3-bell beverage ritual is a powerful and a brand new way for us to think about fighting back against osteoporosis. We have learned the do's and the don'ts for the morning bell, the midday bell, and the evening bell. This is a complete and a very practical framework for senior health. By following this wise and this rhythmic approach to their daily beverages, our viewers can take a direct and a very real step to helping to prevent the progression of osteoporosis. This amazing knowledge is a true cornerstone of a proactive senior health strategy, one that focuses on gentle, mindful, and consistent daily habits. It is a practical and a very powerful way to fight back against the fear of osteoporosis and to live a more confident and an active life.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. Your cup every single day is either a tool for building your bones or it is a tool for weakening them. The choice is yours at every single bell. I encourage you to drink with intention, and your bones will listen to that beautiful and healing message.
That is a beautiful message, Doctor. To drink with intention. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by bringing mindfulness and wisdom to the simple and the blessed act of what we choose to drink every single day. And of course, it is absolutely essential that you speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before making any significant changes to your diet, especially if you have any existing health conditions or have already been diagnosed with osteoporosis. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted physician. If you found this guide empowering and it changed the way that you think about your daily beverages, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or a family member who you want to help protect their bone health. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know, what is one simple bone-healthy drink swap that you can make in your own daily rhythm this week? Please share your first step in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well.